Hey guys, it's Sabrina with Minecraft by Sabrina. Today I'm going to be doing an updated version of a previous tutorial on converting black and white images into fully colored layered images. We're going to be doing this in Inkscape version 1.0, which is one of their latest versions. So to do this tutorial, you are going to need to download Inkscape 1.0, which is completely free and you can find it on their website at inkscape.org. If you have any issues with download and install, they have wonderful walkthroughs on their manual online. First, we're going to go out to the internet and we need to find an image. Now, the larger your image, the clearer your SVG is going to be. Once you find that image, right-click on the image and select Save Image As. This is going to open the Save menu. Go ahead and give it a name and select Save. Before saving it, make a mental note of your file location. This way you can find where you saved your file at. Next, we need to open a new document in Inkscape, and we're going to drag and drop our file from our Save folder right into Inkscape. This is going to open up the Import menu. You're going to leave all your defaults the same and simply select OK in order to embed your image into Inkscape. With our image inserted, now let's convert it to an SVG file. Select the Path menu and click Trace Bitmap. In Trace Bitmap, you have two options, single scan and multiple scan. Because this is a black and white file, we're going to use the single scan. We're also going to leave all defaults the same and we're simply going to press OK. Now, you often won't even notice that it does anything. If you take a look at my history menu, you'll see that it's going to now include the trace bitmap once I press OK. That shows me that it actually did trace my image and converted it. I'm going to now just go ahead and close the trace bitmap menu by pressing the X, and my SVG is now complete. Your SVG file is now complete. If you notice when you select on it, at the bottom status bar, you can see the type of object this is. This is a layer made up of a path of 540 nodes. If you select your SVG, you can move it over. It's going to reveal that original image we converted. Again, when it's selected, you can see in the status bar, it indicates this is an image. Go ahead and delete that image as we no longer need it. Let's take a closer look at the SVG file. If we press F2, we can use the Edit Nodes button. Then we're going to hover over our image and you'll see red outlines. That indicates to you it's the cut path. If you click on it, you can see all the nodes that make up that path. This is what makes an SVG file an SVG file. It's not made of pixels. It's made of these points that create this outline. So zooming in, you can see each and every node of those 540 nodes, and each and every one of them are editable. You can take them and you can move them and you can curve them and you can edit them however you see fit. At this point, our file is 100% ready. I'm going to save it and upload it into Design Space so we can see where we're at so far. When you're in Design Space, it's going to just take you straight to the Save menu. Because it's a cut-ready file, you don't need any cleanup. On your canvas, you'll notice this is just one layer. It's an outline, nothing is colored because it's just a simple SVG file. We're going to go back into Inkscape and now let's give this file some color and some layers. First, I'm going to right-click on this image and duplicate it. Then I'll move that over and change my opacity to about 50%. This is going to make it transparent and just easier for me to work with. Go to the Path menu and select Break Apart. This is going to take all those inner pieces that the outline creates and change them into an individual layer. Now you can select those individual layers and apply a color by clicking on it in the color swatch. Continue applying color by selecting on your layer and clicking on the color. If you have more than one layer that needs the same color, hold Ctrl and Shift to select more than one object, and then your color will change all of those objects at the same time. Continue this process until you've colored in all of your layers as desired. Now, for those pieces that have individual pieces, you can weld those together by going to the Path menu and select Union, and it'll take it from being multiple objects to a single object. So again, we'll select all of the yellow pieces and click Union and convert that into one layer, and our final layer will convert those into one layer. If I look at the brown layer, you can see that the detail is also isolated. So I'm going to select those 5 lines and union them or weld them by going to the Path and Union option. Once they're unioned, I'm going to simultaneously select the brown layer and those detailed lines and slice them by going to Path and selecting Difference. This is one of multiple slice options in Inkscape. This will then slice out those designs from our brown layer. So if I move my black layer, you can now see that those lines are cut out from my brown layer. I'm going to put everything back together, and I'm going to change the opacity back to 100. If you don't do this when you upload your SVG file to Cricut, it's going to give you an error. While you can bypass it, it's still annoying. Your file is now 100% ready to go. Simply save it as an SVG file, upload it into Design Space. Again, no cleanup is needed because it is a cut-ready file. Simply name, tag, and save. Once it's on your canvas, you'll see all of your layers are individually layered and colored. You're ready to go. Simply size your project and send it to cut. Alright crafters, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this is your first time. And to those crafters who have been waiting patiently on this update, I do apologize it took me this long to get around to it. I promise all the other ones will be updated onto Inkscape's new version real soon. Stay tuned.